Hey, this is Shane Callahan. I'm going to show you a quick demonstration of one of the technology platforms that we use called eMoney. It's the financial planning tool. A lot of capabilities, really robust, a lot of things we can do. I'm going to give you a quick overview, a high-level overview of three main things. It is the connections piece, be able to aggregate all your different pieces of your financial life into one central location. Two is reports, and then three is plans, creating different scenarios and different plans based on your specific situation. So let's go ahead here, and we have Frank and Joanna Miller. This is a sample client, and they're doing pretty well, it looks like, on paper, with about $1 million invested and close to $2 million of net worth. What we want to see is if they are able to retire based on their goals and how they want to live, the rest of their life. So let's go ahead and look. So the first step we do is we bring in all various pieces of information, and you can see here we have their 401k, 403b, Roth conversion, 529 plans, and other investment accounts. I'm not going to go into detail, but we can model these to show how much you're saving, percent of salary, flat dollar amount, whatever it is, and we can bring all these in, and including your loans, debts, things like that really affect your overall situation. So here, let's go into, we'll go into the plans first. All right, so what this shows is this is a cash flow report to see where we're at, what the situation is now from a financial standpoint and where we want to go based on goals and objectives and things like that. So what we're looking at here is Frank and Joanna, their financial information. This red line up top of the graph is their expenses. So we input pre-retirement and post-retirement expenses. And we can adjust that depending on the quality of life that you want to live. So based on all their information and what they want to do, well, it's saying we're only about 29% funded, or the probability of success. Not very good. You can see over here on the right side of the graph, there's a big white area. That is potentially where they could run out of money. So what we want to do in the real life situation is say, okay, what are your goals? What do you think? Work longer, save more, whatever those situations are. So in this case, we have maybe Frank will retire later on, maybe work a couple more years or consult after the fact. So if we turn some of these different scenarios on, such as consulting and maybe reduce living expenses from 100,000 a year to 90,000 a year, and then we will also potentially, what happens if we sell that vacation home? We can do these individually or all together. All right, after the program finished doing its thing, we now see 91% success rate, or a probability of success is at 91%. What that means is, based on all different scenarios, if the markets go up, down, there a long time, it's a bull market, bear markets, what have you, we will have a better understanding of where they're at and these choices that they could make, how that will affect their long-term plan. So again, 91% probability of success with leaving about almost $5 million of potential assets in their investment accounts when they pass away at the end of life. Meaning that in this case, they could potentially leave a nice inheritance for their children or charities or whatever that is that's important to them. So this just gives you an idea of some of those things that we can do. All right, now the third section I talked about was reports. And this is really good for someone that really likes to keep track of where they're at, either the advisor or the client. So we'll show you one here. It's the detailed balance sheet report. We go into this, and this lays out in a really neat, an Excel type format, what their situation is, what they're looking at, what's on their balance sheet, just like a company, but people should have their balance sheets also. So it lists all their assets and liabilities and provides that net worth statement. All right, the last thing I want to show you really quickly is called the vault. This is something that can really help myself and the clients communicate back and forth in terms of their documents instead of sending them back and forth over email and your email box gets clogged up. You will have access to a portal that you can save your information right in here, which is pretty cool. It has state-of-the-art security, so it's pretty safe, especially in the situation that we're in nowadays. All right, so that's just a quick overview of one of the technology tools that we use here for the financial planning piece. Now, the next step after this is to come up with those action items. This does not tell you what you need to do. It will tell you if you do certain things, what are those effects, short-term and long-term. So the next video, we'll talk about how we actually come up with those action items, what they look like, and how we interact